Hi, welcome back to the VSNext video series of TME Under the Hood. Before we move ahead with the VSNext technical overview and configuration, let's set the stage by defining some of the basic terms we will be using every time we work with the virtual systems in the VSNext environment. We will start with the most obvious one, the VS. VS stands for Virtual System. A virtual system is a virtual firewall that runs on a gateway within a VSNext environment and functions as a security gateway, inspecting traffic and enforcing security policies for connected network resources. Each virtual system within a VSX or VSNext environment typically protects a specified network. To connect and communicate in the virtual space, there are other components mimicking physical appliances. First one is the virtual switch. It also provides flexibility in connecting virtual systems within the environment, efficiently utilizing physical resources and providing connectivity between them. A vSwitch is created automatically once a gateway is installed as VSNext for management traffic. Amidst all these virtual components, it is important to mention another term, which is really the first virtual system and is designated VS0. Like the first vSwitch, it also is created automatically when a gateway is installed as part of VSNext and acts as the resources allocator and provisioning manager for all other virtual machines. Don't confuse it with the ElasticXL SMO. VS0 has a very different role. For example, it will not be cascading policy changes to other VSs, and it's an important point to make as it is part of the grand design that makes this new software release feature so important, as they will not be slaves to any other virtual system. VS0 is there to manage the networking aspects of the VSNext environment, like creating other virtual systems, vSwitch and vLinks. You will also use it to review, add, delete or assign interfaces, monitor hardware, resources, and more. Furthermore, installing or any upgrade or jumbo hotfix or regular hotfix will be done only on VS0. Next is the vLink. A virtual link refers to what you may also know as a warp link. The term warp has a distinct sci-fi and fantasy connotation and somehow trickled into the virtual world of technology, probably for those exact reasons. But unlike what a Star Trek warp drive does, a warp link does the opposite of warping the space-time continuum. It actually provides a direct virtual point-to-point connection between a virtual system and a virtual switch, enabling traffic to pass between them. It is a logical interface that is automatically created in the VSNext topology between different components of the VSNext environment, which would also facilitate direct communication between them without the need to go through the virtual switch. The warp link is automatically assigned a name by VSNext with the prefix WRP for the virtual system side and the prefix WRPJ for the virtual router or switch side. Each warp link has a unique number appended to its name. Additionally, when connected to a virtual switch, each warp link is assigned a unique MAC address. Now that we have the basic building blocks of the virtual topology, we can advance to talking about the ones performing more complex functions like the bonding. A bond interface is a virtual interface that is created by joining multiple physical interfaces together using link aggregation. This is also known as interface bonding. The bond interface shares a common IP address and may share the same MAC address with the subordinate interfaces. The bond interface is identified by its bond ID, like bond 0, and serves as a logical representation of that bond. By using bond interfaces in VSNext, you can increase connection throughput and achieve redundancy for improved network performance and availability. You may remember the term bond from the ElasticXL video series, where it was linked to two types of set interfaces. The first called MAG1, The MAGG1 interface is a specific instance of the physical management interface, and so MAG with a double G stands for Management Aggregation. There will also be a virtual management interface called MAG1, which is automatically created when a virtual system is initiated with the ID 500 on the virtual switch's side, and is the same for any VS when we enable VSNext mode. MAG1 is also considered a bond interface with a bond group ID of 1. All of this brings together the meaning of the MAG naming convention, as in this example, the name of the MAG interface with a bond group ID of 1 is MAG1. The second bond interface is the sync. This interface is responsible for synchronizing the members in the security group. Both these interfaces are created once at the first stages of building a VS environment and provide a consolidated link for managing multiple virtual systems and the sync between the security group members. This brings us to the end of this episode. We have established the basic terms that will follow us through this video series, so join us in episode 3, in which we will start talking about the VSNext first-time wizard configuration. Thank you for watching and see you soon.